Hi guys, today we are going to develop a game, a Beetle maze challenge game. I'm going to go through with you guys on how to make the game. I hope everybody can follow me through. Okay, before we start to develop our game, first, as usual, we open up a new project. Again, for this project, I'm going to use Python as my coding language. So please choose Python coding. And then once we are in the Python interface, we are going to set up the environment. So for that, first we are going to open the sprite. Here we search for Beetle. Okay, Beetle. Click on the Beetle. Once we have the Beetle together with the Toby, next we go to the backdrop. We are going to search for the maze. Click on the maze. Okay, our environment is ready now. Since we are not going to use Toby in this game, I'm going to delete Toby up. So we only have Beetle as of now. Okay, before we move further, let me save this project first. So I'm going to name it as Beetle Maze Challenge. Save. So it's always advisable for everybody to save the game first before we proceed with the development of the game. So since we already have our Beetle sprite, the code is already written, so I'm going to start the actual coding for the game. So the coding is as follows. While one is actually while true, since this will be a code that will continuously happen in a loop, so that is why we are using a function called while. Next, we are going to make the Beetle move with our arrow keys in our keyboard arrow keys. So for that, I'm going to use if sprite is pressed if sprite is pressed up arrow key, then we want the sprite to move upwards or front. So for that, we are going to use sprite set direction 0. And then sprite move. Okay, I'm going to use 10 as my value. I want the Beetle to move faster. Maybe when we test the game out, maybe I might change the speed of the Beetle movement. So I'm going to play around with these figures. So as of now, we stick to number 10. Okay, next, of course, we have to do the same thing for all the arrow keys. So I'm just going to copy out. First we did for the up arrow key. Now we are going to write a code for the down arrow key. Down. Okay. So down would be 180 degrees. Okay, as you can see, the Beetle is looking on the right. It's going to the right, right? So let's say we have a coordinate here. Okay, this is our coordinate. The Beetle I will later on will change position to look at this direction towards the apple. So if this is 0, if we want the Beetle to go downwards, so it has to turn 180 degrees this way or the other way. It doesn't matter whether it turns right or left, it still has to turn 180 degrees. So that is why we have 180 degrees. And then for the up arrow key, the direction was set to 0 because the Beetle will be looking upwards here, and then we want the Beetle to move exactly straight up. So that is why the angle is 0. Okay, so we are done with both up and down arrow keys. So the same we have to code for the other two arrow keys, left and right. So I'm going to code for the left arrow key first. Okay, since this is 0 degrees, if left, if we want the Beetle to move left, that would be minus 90 degrees. So we change here minus 90, and then finally I'm just copy pasting the first code that we have written. So the last one would be right arrow. So right arrow, like how I mentioned just now, this is 0 degrees. So if you want the Beetle to turn right, it would be positive 90 degrees. So we just write 90. It is understood that this will be a positive number, so it will turn to the right. Okay. Okay, friends. Before we move further, I just noticed something that I have keyed in the coding wrongly. So the actual code is sprite full stop is key pressed. So I'm going to make the changes as quickly as possible. Give me a moment, please. Is key pressed. Okay, looks good. So let's test out the arrow keys, whether it's working or not. So for that, I'm going to full screen the game and then run. Are you going up, right, down, left? Yep, Beetle is moving as how we wanted. All my arrow keys are working perfectly. Okay, now we can proceed with more codings. Okay guys, now I'm going to move further with the coding, and we are done with our arrow keys. All the arrows up, down, left, right are working fine. So now we are going to position the Beetle starting point properly. So for that, we are going to set the size and the coordinate for the Beetle. Okay, so I'm going to write the code: sprite set direction 0. 0 here will make the Beetle to look upwards towards the apple here. And then next we are going to set the Beetle size. Set size. Okay, right now the Beetle is like way huge, very much bigger than the apple, so I'm going to make it half. We try to play with the figures. We try to make it half first, then if it still looks bigger, then I might change it to 30 or 25. Okay, let's see how it goes. Then after that, now I need to set the Beetle starting point. So I'm going to set it at minus 150 and 150. Minus 150 and minus 150. I'll let you know on how to get the coordinate. The coordinate might be slightly different for you guys. So hang on, let me write the code first before I start explaining on the coordinate. Okay, sprite go to xy. Okay. I'm going to use minus 150 comma minus 150. Okay, we have to test the code first before we can actually play around with these figures. Okay, let's run it. Okay, as you can see, when I run, the Beetle straight away came to the allocated the coded coordinate. So if let's say I want the Beetle to start somewhere here or somewhere here, can you look at this x and y coordinate? This is where we will key in the exact coordinate for the Beetle to start. So let's say if you want the Beetle to start somewhere here, so for the x position, you can use the minus 100, and for the y position, you can use the minus 140. So like I said, I want the Beetle to start somewhere here, so I'm getting minus 139. So I'm going to replace this minus 139, and y is 157, so minus 157. Okay, so I'm all good, I think. Let's run it again. Okay, before that, let me move the Beetle to another location. So when I run this program, the Beetle should come exactly at the starting point. Yeah, things are working so good. So far so good. I'm going to stop the program right now. Okay, next. Now I want to program our game so that when the Beetle touches any line in the maze here, any line, doesn't matter the left or right or anything in front, any line, when the Beetle touches any line of the maze, I want the Beetle to, let's say if the Beetle touches like this, I want the Beetle to come back to its original position. Okay, so for that, I'm going to use another function where we call is touching color. Why I'm using color is because it's much easier for me to program based on color for this game. Since the line is in black color, so I think it is more appropriate to use the function. Okay, so let me continue with my program. Okay, the program is actually goes like this. If our sprite, in our case the Beetle, if our sprite is touching color, is touching color. Okay, this color we have to program in such a way that the program, we have to program using RGB value. So black is represented by the value of 0 for R, 0 for G, and also 0 for B. So RGB, all three colors are 0. Okay, so this 0, 0, 0 indicates that it is a black color. Okay, next, so now we already mention our color. Now we are going to program what happens when the Beetle touches that color. So sprite set direction to 0, and then sprite go to XY position. In my case, like I mentioned just now, this is my X and Y position. So I'm going to copy that and paste it here. So this X and Y coordinate might be slightly different for you guys when you are following me and trying to make this game for yourself. So these values might differ from one person to another person. Okay, here, like I mentioned just now, once the Beetle touches any of the maze line, it will come back to this initial position. Next, I'm going to program what happens when the Beetle finally managed to come to the apple or reaches the apple. So we haven't programmed that. So the goal of this game is for the Beetle to reach the apple. So once it reaches the apple, we assume that the Beetle has won, or you win the game. So for that case, let's program the end of the game. So again, I'm going to use the same function color to program my winning condition. Okay, why I'm using color, the function color is touching color, is because apple is red in color. So instead of me complicating my coding, I might as well just use the color touching function, which is available built in Python. So for rate is indicated as 255. Okay, this is R. The first value is R, second value is G, the third value is B, RGB. Remember that, RGB. Okay, so R is 255, G is 0, B is 0. So when you Google this figure up, you will get let's say if you don't know any color, you can always Google ask for the value. Okay, now since we already mentioned here that our rate color is 25500. Okay, so this is basically we are going to this portion here. Okay, let me comment something so that it is a good practice to comment. So I'm going to finalizing the code. Commenting in programming is a very good practice. So if you can try to comment places where you can identify easily in the future when you have any problem. So let's say you are debugging a program, when you have comment out the program or your coding, it is easily traceable. So that is why I always recommend for anybody, any users or any beginners in coding to comment as much as they possible. Too much of comment is also not good, but keep a balance on how you are writing the code. Okay, now let's continue. So when the sprite is touching color rate, 25500 is rate, we want the sprite to say something, we want the sprite to say you win. You win. Okay, you win. Then we want need to say, let's say for 5 seconds. This figure here is a delay. You can set as that totally up to you. You can set any seconds that you want. So 5 resembles 5 seconds, and then that's it. So once the Beetle reached the apple, we need to break this loop. So I think we are all set. We are set to go. So let me go through one more time. It's touching color. Okay, I'm going to comment this thing also. So line touching, okay. Line touching, and then these three are all arrow keys. Action when pressed. Okay, so Beetle separation all looks good. So again, I'm going to maximize the screen and going to test our game. Let's run all. Executing the code. An error occurred while executing the code. Why? What happened? Let me see. I think I missed out something. Okay, guys. When I run, I'm getting an error occurred while executing the program code. So as usual, This normally happens for all the coders around the world. So this thing is normal if it's not working. So we are going to troubleshoot. Okay, for that I'm going to see the log. Let's see what it gives me. Blah 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 blah. Line 25. So what is wrong with my line 25? Okay, here. If sprite is touching 000. If sprite is touching. Oh, okay. I forgot a bracket. Now it should work. Let's see. Nope. Again, I'm getting the same error. Running the code again, I'm getting the same thing, but the error is at line 26. So line 26 is here. Sprite set direction 0. Okay. I just noticed one more thing, that I forgot one more bracket and a semicolon. Here also a semicolon. Let's see. Nope. Ha. Okay, guys, I get an tips from this Pictoblox saying that indentation error expected an indentation block. Where at line 26. So line 26, it wants me to indent. Okay, so I'm going to indent break. Okay, let's see now. Okay, the Beetle is back to its original position. The above error occurred on line 30. Now what? One more bracket. Wait, hang on, am I right? Sprite is touching. Invalid syntax. Wait, I think I have additional bracket. 1, 2. Above error occur on line 30. Line 30. Yeah, what is wrong with you? Sprite is touching color. Okay, line 30. I just noticed I missed out one more open bracket here. Now one more here. This or this. Second. Okay, now looks good. Let's move the Beetle. Let's run it. Okay, no more error. I'm good to play the game. Okay, now let's play the game. I'm going to run all. So the game has started. No, the game is stopping on its own. Not sure why it's breaking. Let's indent the break as well. Run all. Okay, no more surprising stop. Okay, the Beetle is moving. Okay, great. I think our code, we have successfully developed our game. So We save the project first before anything goes wrong. So maximize the screen, and then I'm going to run all. Okay, let's play the game. Yeah, Beetle is moving quite fast. So I'm just going to try an error here. I'm going to touch the black line in this maze, see what happens, whether it goes back to the original position or not. Yeah, yes, the program is working properly as how I wanted. Then let's see, the game should over now. You win. Yes, that's it, guys. The game is working as how I wanted. Thank you very much for watching this video.